This is really scary. It's freezing. Woo! Alright guys, let's get into another box. So you can see the excited look in my face there. First thing you want to do is you want to rip it all open. Yes, don't beat about the bush. Get the box opened up. It is a big heavy box, so do be careful. Once you've got the box all open, you get your bike out. Take your time undoing all those zip ties, getting all the sponge off, you know the drill. This is the fun part guys, yeah, this is the fun part. So we want to get all that off. Inside the box is another box, and it does include your pedals. I think these are good quality pedals. You do get a pump. This is the first time I had a pump. There's no PSI reader on it though, so it is probably an emergency pump. But nice that it's included, as is your tools. Nice set of Allen keys there. And again, for a first time I've received an actual lock for the bike. Pretty decent quality, and it's nice that it's included. You do of course get your charger. And we do get a few other tools as well. We get a little spanner, two-way spanner, and we get a screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver, and that's I'll show you what all these do in a few seconds. So first thing you want to do is grease up those screws. I've learned that it does help when you're trying to take things off. It also helps prevent rust. So if you can, get yourself some bike grease or screw grease and just grease up these screws before you're popping them on your bike. The first thing we're going to install is the stand. Reason for that is we're going to use the stand to hold up the bike. It does go behind the latch, not in front of the latch. I mean, you can put it on the front if you want. You'd have to put the screws in from the back through your wheel, which is a bit of a faff. So you just pop the two screws in, tighten them up using the Allen key provided, and you are good to go. Very, very easy, and I would recommend this is the first thing you do because it does help when the bike is standing. Right now it's obviously standing on the forks because we've not put the front wheel on yet, which we will do in a few seconds. But that is your stand fitted nice and tight. Second thing we want to do is now remove the little clasp on the handlebar stem. Just undo those 4 screws and pop the little clasp off. Again, very, very simple. And we'll just unscrew these 4 little screws. Then we can straighten up the stem, pull the little locking mechanism down, which I forgot to do here, straighten it up, pop the locking mechanism on, and that's you good to go. Now we want to get our handlebars on. The reason why we're putting the handlebars on now is because we want to flip the bike over. We do want to get the handlebars on, but we don't want to tighten it up at this stage. So just pop your little clasp that you've just taken off back on, grease up those screws, which I've already done, and then pop the 4 screws on, just holding it in place, but don't tighten them too tight because we will do some repositioning a little bit later on in the build. Once you've done that, I'm taking forever to do it here, but muster all your strength and just whip the bike around. I would recommend you take the battery out and pop it on charge because the bike is quite heavy. You will need to remove the front light at this point. It is kind of stored on an upside down position for transport. Remove the front light and then remove the spoke protector, which I'm doing right here. First time it's actually not fallen off in travel for me, but yeah, just pop your front wheel down and line everything up along with those front calipers, and you will be ready to screw it in. Now it has got a front motor, so you do want to make sure that that front motor connector is in the right place, which is what I've just done there, and then make sure it reaches and your wheel's on. And I'm going to say it again, grease up those screws and then just pop in your front wheel with the tools provided. Make sure it's nice and tight. You don't want those wheels flying off when you're going 22 miles per hour. Next thing we're going to do is install the front light and front wheel guard or mud guard. Now, putting on the front light, you can either put it on the front of the spoke. I've chosen to put it on the rear, as you can see there. I think it just makes it a little bit more compact, but you do have that silver mudguard showing at the front, so it's really personal preference. I preferred to put the screw through and connect it at the rear of the spoke, as you can see here. I think it just made everything a little bit more tighter and compact, but it's personal preference really. It'll fit and go on either way. If you want to see it on the front, just look at any picture online of the bike and that's what it looks like, but I thought it looked a little bit tidier this way. Tighten it down with the tools provided, and again grease those screws. Next thing you want to do is install the saddle. This is probably the easiest job of any bike build. Just pop the saddle down, make sure the saddle's round about waist height. You can clasp it in. If that clasp is a little bit on the loose side, just tighten it up like I've done here. Just screw it over and then make sure that it's quite tight when you're pushing it across, and that's your saddle, nice and snug. Next thing we're doing now is we're just lining up those handlebars like I said a few seconds ago. So just make sure the handlebars are lined up the way you want them, and then tighten down those 4 screws. Again, using the tool provided. The tools provided actually I found were of decent quality and they were a good size. Then you're positioning your screen, just making sure that it's in good view, and then use the tiny little Allen key to tighten up those 2 little screws that control that. Now that is held on by a plastic clasp, so be careful when you're tightening these screws. You don't want to tighten it too much because you might crack the housing. So just make sure you're taking your time. It doesn't have to be super tight, guys, just tight enough. Next thing we're going to do is line up those pedals. They are clearly marked right and left, and again we're adding some grease onto those threads. Personally at this point I would prefer that the pedals, as you can see from the pedal itself, it does have a big R with a little arrow. Now I understand why it's there, I just would probably prefer that it wasn't, and it was just a nice clean black pedal, a shank or whatever it's called. But you can screw your pedal on. This is probably the second easiest part of any bike build, isn't it? Just popping the pedals in. You can use the spanner that's provided, or if you've got your own tool then you can use that, but nice and easy screwing that in. And as always, I'm not a massive fan of these reflectors. I think they stand out and look ridiculous. Just not my style, to be honest. So you can, it's up to you if you want to leave them on or not. I always take mine off. And on this bike, they were super easy to get off. Just 2 little screws. You can use the screwdriver provided. And then when you lose patience with that, just break it off, like you can see I've done here. And then do what you want with it. I chuck mine in the bin. Last thing to do is line up that front motor, connect the cable. There's 2 arrows, a little arrow on each side of it. You can line them up, plug it together, and then the 2 little clasps you just screw in using your Phillips screwdriver. That's it, guys. Let's have a little look at the screen. Okay, so, oh yeah, throttle works. So yeah, let's just have a wee shot. Oh, the motor kicks in pretty quick. So we are on level 5. Let's just bump that down. So we're going to turn the pedal assistance off, and we'll just give these gears a little try in a second. So we're in the highest gear. Seems okay. Brakes seem okay. Throttle doesn't work at all because I've turned up. We're in level 0. I mean, using the bike like a normal bike seems to be actually okay in the highest gear. Let's try the gears. So we'll go down 1. Yep. No problem. Again, no problem. And again, no problem. Perfect so far. Absolutely perfect. First time right out the box, guys. Every gear works really, really well. Try going up again.
Oh, it's so smooth. Oh yeah, I'm really impressed with that. Really, really good. Just keep going. You can barely hear it changing. Fantastic. Fantastic. And just using the bike without any pedal assist at all, it's actually really, really comfortable. And it's a heavy bike. Okay, so let's do the opposite. So let's go into level 1, and we're going too fast for level 1 to even make a difference, so that's pointless. Let's just forget the levels and go right to the max. Full throttle, more power. Here we go. So we're only on the back motor. Back motor only with up to 21 miles per hour, which is quite nice. Nice cruising speed, no messing about, nice and comfortable. So we will try the dual motors in a minute. I'm just going to head towards the tunnel. So we're going to go tunnel riding. Very excited for some tunnel riding. Just trying to think of what way I'm supposed to be going. Right, we're going to go over the bridge. That's what we're going to do. So the road on the left is closed, but that's not for bikes. All good. So we're going to go over the bridge. Just looking down there, that front motor cable is coming out a little bit. I don't think I like that. So this is a bit of a hill. So what we're going to do is we're going to change it to front motor, and that's dual motor. We'll get to that. So we'll go to front motor, single front motor, level 5, and we're going to get pulled up this bridge. Woo, we get wheel spins and everything. That's cool. It's pulling us. It's going to get us there, I think. That's cool. I've never ridden a front motor bike before. It's gone over all the bumps, a couple of spins, but yeah, it pulled us right up the hill. It does feel a little bit different when you're using it. Okay guys, let's get the lights on. We're going to go down the tunnel. Tunnel mayhem. There we go. Oh, it looks spooky. Cyclists dismount before entering the gates. Okay. And the lights are on. Did we get more than one option of light? No, we just got on and off. Yeah, it's not exactly going to light up a concert, is it? I haven't been in this tunnel in like 20 years. It's quite a long tunnel. It's different than it used to be. It used to be a lot darker when I was younger. It used to be really, really dark, but we're currently underneath the Clyde. And look, you go so fast, but obviously, oh, it's spooky. Have I got a horn? Normally it's empty. Not today. Thanks, boys. Can you imagine having to walk this way every day to go to work? We're going to go up some levels here. I think I've turned the lights off. I have. We're back on. You forget how long it is. It's actually a lot longer than I remember. But an excellent place to test out the bike. For our first ride, I wonder if we can change the motor while we're moving. No, you can't. You can only do it when you're stopped. We'll change it. There we go, dual motor. Woo! Oh, that's the end of it. We have to go back. Woo! Oh. So we're in dual motor and we're going to go through the other Clyde Tunnel. I'm just assuming it's this side. I bet you any money it isn't. Oh. It's locked. Thank you. So I was about to abandon it there, but whoa! Feel it. That's so we're in dual motor. We're in level 5, and I'm going to pedal, right? So when we pedal, whoa! See when that motor kicks in. Oh my goodness! You do get some amount of pull on it. It's quite aggressive. Just when you pedal, so it's like you're really kicking off. Woo! This is really scary. It's freezing. Woo! It's like that old saying, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. There sure is, Batman. That's obviously. My eyes are literally watering right now. See, I never brought my sunglasses because I thought it was going to be dark. I need to get off. Which is fine, we'll follow the rules. No qualms about that. There you go, guys. So that was the LANKELEISI. Hopefully I'm not butchering that. Little building first ride. I'll wrap it up here. Thanks for watching, guys. The review of this bike will be up within about a week or so. I've still got a lot more playing about with it to do. And then we'll get the review done. So, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.